Hi gang! Today we're going to make this card with some old products that I got out of my stash, but you will be able to make some of these products on your own, or I can tell you some similar things that you can use, but it's a mixture of some old and new things, so let's get into it. Okay, so we are going to be using a number of Tattered Angels things. If you have a Tuesday morning near you, I picked up some shimmer sprays or glimmer mists, they call them. I've had these for years. I just picked up a couple new colors there. I think this is a new one. But you can find these pretty much anywhere online. If you have the fireworks sprays or the, there's like... Diane Reevely has the shimmer sprays now. So you can use any kind of shimmer spray. So I have red. Well, let me give you the official names here. Red Velvet. This is a bright orange. Orange Soda. And Sunshine. Okay. We're also going to be using some old Tattered Angels tags. So you can see I got these on clearance. If you do not have Tattered Angels tags, don't worry. You can use any like Tim Holtz tags. You can make your own tag. What you want to do is you want to grab a tag that you like the image of. So I'm going to grab the one that matches this one here. And you can use the tag as it is. I wanted to put it on a card front, which was A2 size, so I'm going to cut it down the size. If you don't have a tag like this, you can make your own by stamping out. You can see they just stamped out some images here. You want to use black permanent ink. So I would say use a StazOn ink or something that is waterproof. A Memento ink, because you want to heat set it because we're going to be spraying this and you don't want that ink to run. So use a black permanent ink and just stamp on the corners of your tags. Make a cute little flourish or design and you'll have a designer tag. So we're going to cut this down to 5.5 because we want it to be the size of the front of the card. Okay, and now this is the fun part. We're going to get our spray box out. Okay. And we're going to start with the lightest color. So mine would be the Sunshine. Now on these glimmer mists or glitter sprays, whatever you have, you want to gently swirl that mica around. You really don't want to shake it because what happens when you shake it is the air bubbles get in there and the air bubbles could go up to your straw and clog it. So you want to gently kind of swirl it around. You want to make sure all the mica comes off the bottom there. You don't want any mica left because, again, the mica could also get in and clog your straw. So I just kind of gently just kind of roll it and get the shimmer off the bottom there. So once you have that done, I'm going to take the lightest color and I'm going to spray the whole tag. Okay, and then what you also want to do is always make sure you clean your nozzles when you're done. Because again, that mica will dry, it'll clog your nozzles, so you always want to dry them. If you do have a clogged nozzle, no problem. You're going to take the cap off and take it up to your sink and soak it in warm water. If you have an old toothbrush, you can clean the nozzle out. They also sell replacement ones, but you can see there's mica in there, and you want to clear every time I use my sprays. I clean them off because I don't want that mica getting trapped in there and clogging my spray. Okay. All right, so now we've done the base coat. We're going to put a stencil. So any stencil, I have an old Tattered Angels stencil. They're called glimmer screens, but again, any stencil that you have, and this one is a butterfly. So we're going to... And if your paper's curling up, it's not a problem. You can use a heat gun if you want to get it to go back down. All right, so you can see it flattened itself out there. And I'm just going to place this butterfly off to the side here. And now I'm going to use the darkest color, which is Red Velvet. And again, getting all that mica off the bottom. And I'm going to basically spritz the top half of the card. And it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit. And again, clean my nozzle off. And then I'm going to go into the bottom with the orange soda. Oops. And line my stencil back up because we don't want that. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go in with the orange soda and just spritz the bottom part of the card. So it kind of has this ombre look because the bottom of the tag is already yellow from the first sunshine layer that we did. And then we did the top with the red and the middle with the orange there. Now we're going to lift the stencil out. Now there's two things you can do. You can reuse this as a print if you have another piece of paper. So now we have a print of that we can use on something else. And you just want to clean it up when you're done. So I have a little soap water in a spray bottle here, and I'm just going to wipe it down real quick. If you don't get them cleaned up right away, it doesn't hurt anything. This is, again, just shimmer, water-based shimmer spray with mica in it. So if you can't get to it right away, don't fret. It'll be fine. All right, so now we are going to take the heat tool back to this and dry it off some. And as it dries, the paper will curl. That's okay. You just want to flip it over and dry the back side. Okay, so that's pretty dry. I don't know if the camera's picking up. There's a lot of shimmer in there. So we're done with our spray box and our shimmers. Now what we're going to do is, we have a card base made up. I'm using Coordinations 110-pound black cardstock. I've cut it at the long way, which is at the 4 1/4 mark. So that way, I'm sorry, we're going to score it. At 5 1/2. But we've cut the paper in half at 4 1/4, so now we're going to score it at 5 1/2. So we have a top folding card. And we're going to stamp a sentiment on our little butterfly here. So I have the Mama Elephant Happy Birthday large. Here it is. This. So Birthday Wishes, it's called, from Mama Elephant. And we're going to heat emboss this with some Red Ranger red tinsel embossing paste. I'm using the Mini Misty. You want to make sure your tag is completely dry, because if it is not completely dry, the embossing powder will stick to everything. So it needs to be completely dry before you do this step. And the reason I'm using the Mini Misty is because I am going to stamp this with the Versamark twice. I have my coffee filter over here. Okay, now with glitter embossing, glitter heat embossing powders, you don't want to overheat it, because what will happen is it will start to cook the embossing powder, and you'll lose that glitter to it. So you can basically tell by putting it at an angle when you're heat embossing it, the glitter goes from a powder form to slightly shiny, and you can tell that it's all embossed there. So now it's just a matter of putting the card together. It's pretty simple. I have some glitter paper here from this pack, which is American Crafts glitter paper. And I'm just going to cut a small strip of that. Get our trimmer out here. And I would say that is just about 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, it's about 1/4 of an inch. Just a small sliver. And I'm going to be using my extreme adhesive. And we're just going to put that adhesive down the left side here. Once I can get it started. Snip the excess off. Then the next part is just to attach our tag. And again, I'm going to use the extreme adhesive because the tag is a little warped. And I'm going to line it up with the top here. And press it down. And then all I did for the inside was I put another piece of paper in there. You can use the print that you had. You can put that in there and stamp your sentiment over it. I just had a blank piece of paper I put in there. And the sentiment that I have inside is, as you celebrate your birthday, may you know just how much you are loved and appreciated and how truly special you are. That is from Papertray ink. That is called the Tucked In Birthday Set. And I use Lawn Fawn's Red Lobster ink with that. And then the Happy Birthday is from Close to My Heart, their Happy Birthday set from a few years ago. So there you go, guys. Just using some of my old stash there and making some cute birthday cards. If you have any questions, post them below. Thanks for watching and keep on stamping.